And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first, there is still a flood watch here for the Yukon River at Fort Yukon until Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning at 10 or 11 or so, for possible flooding due to ice jams along the river. Again, that's the Yukon River at Fort Yukon. And from there, satellite imagery, big area low pressure here over the Gulf of Alaska, kind of spinning that through, pushing some moisture showers today for the southeast coast. And mostly cloudy over the interior with showers, partly sunny skies over southern Alaska, and a weakening front pushing eastward here out over the Bering Sea, kind of making a pretty good jog to the east there. Otherwise, on the chart today, we've got a weakening front here for tonight. Chart for tonight, not today. Forecast for tonight, some light rain pushes into the eastern Aleutians, increasing chances of some light snow or rain and snow for the Pribilof Islands. Isolated showers back toward Atka Island, but the western Aleutians becoming dry with breezy west winds, west-southwest winds there. Diminishing showers for the Alaska Peninsula. Dry for Bristol Bay continues. About the same tonight for southern Alaska here. A few evening showers over the Talkeetnas, possibly in the northern Sitna Valley, but more likely along the Alaska Range. Kind of a widespread area of showers here from the eastern Alaska Range, possibly the northern Copper River Basin up all the way up into the southern Yukon Flats. Otherwise dry over the northern interior, dry for the Bering Strait with light wind conditions there for the Chukchi Sea, and still a little breezy along the Arctic coast, but the wind's down from what they have been blowing up there, and it'll continue lighter there through tomorrow, but won't end completely. Still looking at 20 knots or so out of the east for tomorrow. And otherwise, a lot of shower activity, isolated thunderstorms developing here over the southeast interior, mostly south of Fort Yukon Chokyitzik area, extending down into the northern Copper River Basin, possibly in the Susitna Valley. Afternoon showers, Talkeetnas, and some afternoon shower activity after partly sunny skies across southern Alaska, mostly the mountainous terrain of the Kenai Peninsula, Kodiak Island, and of course the western Alaska Range that'll extend into the Kuskokwim Valley with that weak 1005 millibar low centered there. And another trough keeps it cloudy and showery here for the southeast coast. High pressure, light winds, and maybe some clearing for the central Aleutians, but on Alaska Island still close enough to this remnants of that front here for a little bit of light precipitation at times possible there into the western Alaska Peninsula, about as far east as Cold Bay, falls past King Cove in those areas. Chance of some light precipitation for the Pribilof. You can see a distinct lack of a gradient out here over the Bering Sea, making for light wind conditions on Wednesday. Tomorrow, next system starting to increase the precipitation toward the western Aleutians late in the day. And that'll swing northward and push the rain eastward past Adak and Atka late tomorrow night and toward morning, with the isolated shower or two developing around the eastern Aleutians, but rain extending back all the way to at least Shemya and Attu. Some scattered rain and snow shower activity over the northern Bering Sea, kind of grazing the southwest coast a little bit, and partly sunny for Bristol Bay. And again, a trough here in the interior. Afternoon showers, isolated thunderstorms possible along the Alaska Range into the Tanana Valley there in the 40-mile country, as well as back in over the northern Kuskokwim Valley, down the western Alaska Range here. Afternoon showers mainly over the mountains, Kodiak Island, Kenai Peninsula, to a lesser extent for the North Gulf Coast. And this trough swinging northward brings an increasing chance of some moisture for the central and south coast of the Panhandle. Otherwise, maybe some clearing to the east and north. And mostly clear here over the northern interior with a few more clouds, but light winds and dry conditions for the north slope and the Arctic coast. And for Friday, again, isolated showers here over the east side, mostly in the afternoon hours. Stays very nice in the central interior up to the Arctic coast. Not a bad day here for northern Cook Inlet, the Sitna Valley, some partly sunny skies there. But moisture streaming northeastward here, or I'm sorry, northwest, west-northwest with this front, bringing an increasing chance of rain for areas of Montague Island to Resurrection Bay, Homer, Seldovia, Kodiak Island, and of course the North Gulf Coast, usually wet, and looks like it will be again on Friday, but rainfall amounts will be pretty light, and it doesn't look like it'll get that far into Prince William Sound, at least at this point in time. And less shower activity for the Panhandle, but still a few clouds around. And this low tracks eastward, pushing rain and wind into the western Alaska Peninsula. A wet, windy day for the Pribilof Islands, and a trough up here bringing some precipitation chances, light precipitation chances as far north as St. Lawrence Island. And for the lows tonight, 10 to 15 into the North Slope and the Arctic coast, teens for the Brooks Range, 20s for the valleys here to the south, with lower to mid 30s there in the Tanana Valley in the central interior, lower to mid 30s also all the way down here to the southwest coast, with upper 20s there for the Yukon Delta coast of the Pribilofs, upper 30s for the Aleutians, 30s southern Alaska, 30s for the Panhandle. And for the highs tomorrow, lower to mid 50s there from Bristol Bay all the way up to Nikolai and McGrath, Minchumina, and upper 40s for the highs, 40 to 40 or 45 to 50, call it, for the Tanana Valley in the central interior here, and mid 30s for the Brooks Range there, and in the 20s for the Arctic coast, 40s for the Panhandle, except lower 50s to the south. And that'll be followed by lows about the same there, either side of 40 for the southeast coast, 30s in the interior here, upper 20s, lower 30s in the central part of the state, and generally in the upper 20s for the Fort Yukon area to Bettles and maybe Ambler, teens for the Brooks Range, back down into the single numbers there for the central and eastern Arctic coast. And then the highs for Thursday afternoon, mid 50s there around Fairbanks and lower 50s into the Kuskokwim Valley, mid 30s for the southwest coast, upper 40s to near 50 for Bristol Bay, and right around 50 for south central Alaska, Copper River Basin, and the Panhandle.